Hello, Kim here from Keep Fit with Kim. We're going to start with raising the heels a little bit faster. Well done. So really think of your balance here, think of what's going on, knees coming forward. Just check around you in this early part of the workout while the moves are nice and easy. There's nothing you're going to stand on that you're not going to bash into the telly or anything. Let's take it to heels in front. Bring the arms up. Next one's optional. You can bring it to a knee lift or a toe tap. So it can be a little knee lift. Keep it small now, but if that's not good for your balance, keep it lower. Four more if you can, but if it's getting too much, take it to a toe tap. Ready for side step. Change direction. Keep those shoulders relaxed as the shoulders swing. We're going to change direction again. Well done. That way. Ready to take it back to that jogger's walk, so raising the heels. Try and get those heels up as high as you can, working through, feeling the work in the calves and the balls of the feet, getting some movement in the feet, heels in front. So really putting those toes up. Are you ready for knee lifts or toe taps? So if you're keeping it easier, keep it here, but if you can, just touching the knee. We're still warming up here, so I'm keeping the arms below the head. Again, if it's too much, keep those toe taps instead, if your balance doesn't work for that. Last 4, 3, 2. We're going to side step, singles and back. Well done. Other side. Keep it moving through. Bring it forward to me. Just as much space as you've got. Ideally 4 forward, 4 back. But if you don't have room, you're going to go with what you've got. Kick it across. Keeping that knee soft. Well done, you're doing great. So this is challenging your balance. If that's too much, tap the toe on the floor. Always go with what feels right for you. If it's hurting your ankles, you need to adapt so it feels comfortable and you can work through the whole workout. So if you want to make it a bit harder, you can make it bigger. So you've got to work with what's right for you. So I'm taking it harder, but if that's your level, that's fine too. You're aiming to get fitter or maintain your fitness. It really doesn't matter. Side steps. Other way. Bring it forward and back. And a little sort of zigzag on the floor. And again, if that doesn't feel right for you, change it. And be aware as you place your foot that you're in a position that you can move. Just march it through on the spot. Let's add some arms, forward and touch. So reach forward, touch the shoulders. Try and keep those elbows up. So if you bring them down, you're not going to work the back of the arms as well. So you adapt. But if you can take it high, you're really going to get a bit of work on those back wings. And I'm beginning to march slightly forward, slightly back. You've got to go with what space you've got. If this doesn't feel right, stay on the spot. Well done. Let's change the arms. We're going to take it right. Left, right. I'll show you in front, so I'm touching one shoulder, the other shoulder, and back. So if you can, you're going to take it behind the body. So across, out, out. So that's really going to stretch the arms. But if you can't reach behind, keep those feet moving as well. So we're going to make it faster. If you can't do it faster, that's fine. Try and keep that head up so you're really stretching behind. If you're going behind, if you can't, again, don't worry. Just take it across in front. And let's just circle those arms. I'm just swinging. Gentle circles, releasing other way. And swing backwards and forwards. Again, watch you're not going to bash anything. It was a little bit hard on the shoulders, wasn't it? Let's circle them back. And release. Oh, a little ear to the shoulder, centre, ear to the shoulder. Keep those feet moving now. If you need water anytime, please feel free to grab your glass, have a sip. Try and keep the feet moving, or the body moving, throughout. Do a bit of toe tap, quite definite. So it isn't a knee lift this time, it's a toe tap. Nice, strong arms. To each side. So I'm tap, back, tap them together. Tap, back, tap them together. This is challenging your balance. If it doesn't work for you, stay with single toe taps. Don't have to do the arms either. That's challenging your brain. Back to single toe taps. Doubles. Toe in, toe together. So I'm challenging your balance here. Bend the supporting knee slightly, makes it easier. Singles. Knee lifts, if you can. If you can't do knee lifts, stick with the toe taps. And we're going to double knee lifts, or those double toe taps that we were doing before, so bringing it out and in. So if you want to make it harder, arms come higher. But you don't have to. You take it at your level. So it might just be a little toe tap, or it might be big. Let's take the legs out to the side. So now if you want to work the back of the arms, take the elbows up to the side. Let's hold it one side. 3, and back. Just concentrating on the arms, concentrating on the legs, out and in, and change. And change. So if it's too much for the arms, just let them swing, change. And if it's too much for the legs, make it twos, or make it singles. Let's go back to singles. I'm going to let my arms relax now, but if you want to keep working the back of your arms, that's up to you. Let's take it back to toe taps in front. Doubles. Toe tap. So you're going to stick with that, or you're going to take it to double knee lifts. Challenging your balance. And again, you have the option. I think I missed one there. Don't worry, if you're off with it, if you're one step off, it's probably me that got it wrong, but don't worry. I seem to be on the offbeat. Let's march it through. 2 forward, 2 back, 2 forward. Keep it moving throughout. So you have a choice here. So we've got slower music, so you can take it into a dip, stand, dip, dip, stand, stand, dip, dip, stand. Let's take it wide. Legs nice and wide, little knee bends, tuck the belly in. So think of sitting back. Watch you're not letting the knees shoot forward. We're thinking of sitting back. So you might only be here. That's fine too. But if you can take it all the way down. You're not leaning forward necessarily. You're trying to stay upright. I tend to find I do lean slightly forward. Make sure the knees are going in the same direction as your feet, so turn the feet out. Well done. Let's just kick it across. So this is slow. It's challenging your balance here. Kicking out to the side, out to the side, out to the side, out to the side, other side. So if this doesn't work, just touch out. We're challenging and change. Push my knee. And change. So if that doesn't work, just keep it here and keep the toe on the floor. But if you can keep it up, that's even better. Doesn't matter whether you're out first or in. I seem to have changed there. It's easier if you come in first. In and out. In. You can touch the toe down if you want. Let's lift the heels. So really working through the feet. Think of massaging the feet into the ground. A little pushy push with the arms. I'm going to bring them up. Feeling it in the back of the arms. Keeping the elbows quite tight into the body. But really here I'm concentrating what's going on with the feet. Getting some movement in your feet. Loads of bones in your feet. Did you know overall half the bones, about just over half the bones, are in your hands and feet? Lots and lots of little bones. And there's as many in your feet as in your hands. Can't remember exactly, I think there's one more in the feet than the hands or the other way around. But a lot of little bones, a lot of joints, and we leave them stuffed in shoes. Okay, and we're going to take a little circle with that ankle. If you can stand on one foot and circle it, even better. A bit of relaxation for the feet. So let's just keep it small. Keep a nice deep breath in. Let's take a deep breath in. And out. And in. And out. Let's take a little side step. So keeping it nice and small. Other side. So we really worked our balance in today's workout. Change sides. Kicking across. Keeping that knee nice and soft. So here you might want to actually put the toe down if you were struggling with your balance earlier. Still relatively slow. Let's do a little bit of stretch. Let's take that foot back. Watch both feet are pointing forwards. Push that heel into the mat. Feel that stretch through the calf. If you need to take the legs wider, do. If you're finding your balance is bad, if you're here, you might wobble. Take the legs wide, both feet pointing forward. Have a quick check your back foot. I often see people's heel turn in, turn that heel out. Lift up on the toe and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Well done. Be aware of what's going on with your back here. Try and keep your belly pulled in. so that your back stays in neutral rather than arching. And hold it there again. Push back. Let's change legs. So again, check the position of your heel. Make sure you're in balance. Feel that stretch first. Lean forward if you need to. Hands on the leg if you want. We're looking from a straight line, roughly from the top of the head through to the heel. Take your arms away for balance. And let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you can lift all the way up, or you can keep it smaller. As we're beginning to really cool down the body, I'm keeping mine nice and small, but go with what feels right for you. Now let's take that stretch again, hold it there. Just check your heel position. Watch you haven't let your heel turn in. Feeling that stretch in the back of the calf. You're going to lie flat on your back. So lying flat on your back, a nice little bit of gap under your lower back, so a natural curve. Pull your belly in. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to bring both knees in. And you're going to take one leg up and release. So you're keeping the knees directly above the hips, and we're trying to stretch through the back of the leg. So if you feel you need to keep the knee bent, then please do. We're getting some stretch in the hamstring, the back of the thigh, and you're going to feel it in the back of the knee. So we're going to change that, make it slower. Flex the foot, point the foot, and release. So you're going to feel that stretch extend into the back of the knee, into the back of the calf. So you do it as far as you comfortably can. If you can get the legs straight, great, but just be aware of what's going on with your lower back. Let's take both feet down one at a time. Stretch the right leg out in front of you, and we're going to lift it all the way up and all the way down. Join me when you're ready. So be aware here of what's going on with your lower back. So I've just put my fingers under my lower back. If that's comfortable for you, please do that. So I'm flexing and point. Flex. And you're going to really feel that stretch. Trying to keep the other leg as still as you can and keep your back as still as you can. So if your fingertips are underneath, you're going to feel if it's wobbling around. Let's change legs. Lift and lower. Flex and point. Two more. Well done. So really think about your breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's change legs. Taking the other leg out. Now we're going to take it to a bicycle. So leave your foot nice and relaxed. I've got mine softly flexed. Now, if that's too much, keep it a little bit higher. You'd be feeling it a little bit in the hips, or maybe in the tummy, but really again, be aware of what's going on with your lower back. You're using your tummy muscles to hold it in place. Let's change direction. So bringing that bicycle in. A little bit harder for the brain again. Well done. Change legs. So bicycle, doesn't really matter which way you go because we're going to go both directions. And again, make it right for you. So if you need to make it smaller and take it above your head, do. Making that circle as big as you can, controlling your lower back. So if your back starts to arch as your leg comes down, you need to make the move a little bit smaller, please. Other ways. Two more. Well done. Bring that knee in. Straighten the other leg away. Feel that stretch through the hip. Hold it there with that stretch for a moment. Bring the knee in. Straighten the other leg away. So feel that stretch through the hip. down one at a time. Coming up to a seated position. Feet are flat on the mat, about hip width apart. So just check centre of the hips, centre of the knees, centre of the ankles. I'm going to come forward a little bit. My hands are on my knees. I'm going to pull in my belly, sit nice and tall, and reach back. So you're going to feel this in your tummy. I'm going back quite a long way. Now if you're struggling with that, hold on to your knees until you feel it in your belly. Really working that tummy. So it's going to be whatever's right for you. Don't feel you've got to come back as far as me. If you can take the arms away, great. Now if you're finding that too easy, you're going to try and keep your feet on the floor. If they're coming off the ground, you're going to make it smaller. But if they're not, start adding an arm above the head. You're going to feel that really stretch through the body. Try and keep the feet hip width apart. Keep the knees under control, hip width apart. But listen to your body. If that feels too much, take it back. Put your hands underneath if you need to, or you could stick a strap underneath. But just holding your knees works if you're really struggling. This is the sort of intermediate version. Harder version. The slower you do it, the harder it is. So really try to be under control. Well done. Just come back onto the mat, and I'm going to give a little roll, circle through the back, give it a little bit of rest. Okay, take your arms straight up in the air, relax the shoulder blades down into the mat, and keeping the arms straight, you're going to lift the shoulder up and down, reach. So my palms are facing. Turn around a little bit if you're not sure. And reaching. So you're getting some mobility in the shoulders. So you need to make sure you've got some space above your head in a moment, because we're going to change this movement. Don't worry if you can't lift very high. So reaching up and then letting that shoulder drop back to the floor. Change the movement. So palms are facing. You're going to take one thumb towards the floor, the little finger the other way. And down. Doesn't matter if you can't touch. So really think about opening up between the shoulder blades on the mat. Leg slides, heel slides. So what I'm doing here is sliding the heel away along the mat. You're trying your hardest to keep that other leg still, so maybe have a quick look up, see what's happening. Push the heel of the stationary leg into the floor, and if you can comfortably, stick your fingertips under your lower back and just be aware if there's any movement in your back. You're trying to keep that back as stationary as possible. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you move away. If that doesn't work for you, just make sure you're concentrating on breathing. So really controlling the pelvis here. Well done. From there we're going to come to sitting. So bring your knees in, give it a little roll, and then if you can, come up to sitting. Well done. Legs out straight in front. Sit as tall as you can, and I want you to feel a stretch in the back of the legs. So I'll turn sideways. Now some of you might find you're here. That's fine. If you are, take your hands behind. Watch that your knees are pointing to the sky. I want you to make sure you're feeling that stretch in the back of the knees. So if you can, you're going to fold from the waist. So it's not about how far forward you can get. This is about getting a stretch in the back of the knees. So you can release the heels, which will take the pressure off the calves if you want, or if you want to extend it, gently flex the feet. If you're feeling this in your lower back, ease back. If you're here, that's fine too. Hold it for a moment. I'm relatively flexible, a bit tighter than usual today, but I'm coming forward and getting that stretch. Well done. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, keep your right leg straight, bring your left knee up and take it across the other side and pull on that leg. So you're hugging it in, feel a stretch through the hip. Take the other arm behind, just gently look over your shoulder. Let's change legs. Start again with the legs, hip width apart, centre of the hips, centre of the knees, centre of the ankles. Left leg straight, right knee comes up. Take that leg over and you're going to hug it in. So you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the outside of the hip, and I'm taking the other arm behind and gently looking over right shoulder. So you're holding onto your right leg, just hugging it across. And then from there, you're going to take the soles of the feet together and open out. Now, if that's really uncomfortable for you, take the legs nice and wide. But if you can, sit upright. And again, it doesn't really matter where your feet are. If you need to have them forward, that's fine. Just be really aware of your lower back, sitting nice and upright. Soles of the feet together, open out. Enjoy that stretch on the inner thigh. Okay, you might not be enjoying it. I know some of my ladies say, whoa, too much. And equally, if that is getting too much, if you're in this position, that's fine. And again, you might be leaning slightly back and still feeling that stretch on the inner thigh. It's a slightly different stretch. Those of you now with your feet together, come to this position. Now sit comfortably, however that might be for you, or if you prefer to come to standing, that's fine too. Taking your right arm onto your left shoulder, let it slide. Just give it a little stretch behind. So I'm just pushing gently there. Hand is sliding. So we get a stretch in the shoulder and slightly in the back of the arm. And over to the other side. Well done. That's all for today. See you next time. Bye for now.